In our last video, we took a look at how to debug our Grails application using interactive step debugging by placing breakpoints and running our application and stepping through the properties within those variables. And in this video, we're going to take a look at an alternative way to debug and take a look introspect variables. And that is using the Groovy object browser that's built into the language, the Groovy language. So to get started, we have a simple controller here and an index method, which is run every time we hit the index view. And we've declared some variables: a string, integer, boolean, a hash map, and an array list. And to inspect those, we simply call groovy.inspect.swingui.objectBrowser class and the inspect method. Then we pass our variable to that particular method. So as you can probably guess here, we're going to get a nice, beautiful Swing UI little window that pops open that gives us our information about the particular variable we're trying to introspect. Another possible way to debug the values of a variable are to just simply print it out to the console using toString, which is a method that's pretty much available on every Java object that's out there, and that'll give you a visual representation of the data held within that variable. So we'll take a look at both of those, and to get started doing that, we simply debug our application here in this case, or we could simply run it. And that's going to go ahead and load Grails and do all its fun stuff down here in the console. And as soon as that comes up, we'll run the application and we'll take a look at the introspection abilities of the object browser. Taking a second here because this is the first time I've launched this today. So should be just about done. And here we go. Server running, browse to localhost. We click to open that up in our web browser, and what you're not able to see now because you can't see my taskbar is that I've got all these little windows that have popped open down here in my taskbar, and these are the individual object browsers. So these are kind of nice. They give you the public fields and properties and the methods on a particular object. In this case, this is our string, so it's got package javalang, final class string. Gives us a little additional meta information at the top here, our static properties and other properties on that particular class. So as we open, and each call to the object browser opens a new instance. So here we have our integer. If we look at our hash map, we get an additional nice tab here that gives us our map data. So here we have the index of 0 that has a key of key and a value of value. Public fields and properties. One of the less helpful aspects of the object browser is that it's not recursive. So if you have any public fields or properties that are of another class, you're not able to drill into that. You would simply have to inspect that particular property, and you'd be able to get the details of that. So one of the downsides, I guess you could say, of the object browser, but it's still handy nonetheless. Still gives you all your methods. Here we have our array list, which gives us again the collection data, the index and the value, and all our fields and properties and methods. So a nice tool to have in your tool belt when working with Groovy and Grails. If we also look over here in the console, we can see that those calls to toString that we have here on line 16 and 18 dumped out the values down here in our console. So a nice way to get a peek at the data within a particular variable. So another nice tool to have as a Groovy and Grails developer.